Coming up on this Fencing Masters broadcast, the fans of New York packed the Hammerstein Ballroom for this historic event. And there was a matchup between the two best fencers on the women's tour as they went for a Fencing Masters crown. And New York City native Tim Morehouse competed at a very high level against the best fencers in the world. That's coming up as this Fencing Masters broadcast starts now. The lights of New York City are shining bright this evening on the Hammerstein Ballroom as the best fencers in the world join together here for the first annual Fencing Masters New York City event. Good evening, everyone. I'm Harry Cicma, alongside the man who makes it all possible, a New York City native, also an Olympic silver medalist and national champion from New York, Tim Morehouse. So Tim, very exciting to be here, all your friends and colleagues at the first ever Fencing Masters New York City event.
Well, it's a really exciting event for us. We've had a lot of people working really hard on this event, and we have the best fencers in the world. We have our U.S. Olympic medalists here. We're expecting 1,500 plus people to be down here, and it's going to be a really special day for fencing in New York.
And this is almost a lifetime achievement for you. It's not something that's been in the mix for a couple months or years. It's something you've been dreaming about forever to bring this to your hometown, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've had a really great history of fencing in our country. The last two Olympic Games have been spectacular for us. We won 6 medals in Beijing, and now we just really want to help get our sport out to more people and more kids and let them see what a great thing we have.
And for you, how's your game coming along here? You're one of the best fencers in the world, really representing the U.S. and New York. How are you coming along?
Well, I'm training hard. The U.S. has never won a gold medal in men's fencing, so our goal right now, we're very focused on trying to bring home the first gold medal in the London 2012 Games.
And what about some of the talent here? You've put together a great army, so to speak, of fencers. Talk about the people coming here to fence.
We have an unbelievable group. Marielle Zagunis might be the best fencer in the world right now. She's certainly the best fencer in U.S. history. She's won the last 2 Olympic Games and the last 2 World Championships. She's unbelievable. Aldo Montano from Italy. We have an Olympic champion from France. We have Daryl Homer, a really strong up-and-coming young fencer from the USA. So we just have a really great lineup.
And bringing television to fencing for the first time in many years, a couple decades. So that took a lot of effort. You must be excited as well, the beginning of something special for the sport.
We know that if we're able to expose the sport to more people, we'll have a lot more kids fencing and a lot more people watching us in the Olympics. So it's a dream come true to get fencing on TV, and hopefully we'll continue to have it on. It's a great sport to do, a great sport to watch, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations on this great event. Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much.
Have a great day.
Tim Morehouse, New York Zone, also a big-time star for Team USA. Much more coming up from the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. Stick around. Fencing Masters right after this. Fencing Masters New York City is brought to you by Body Zone, by BNP Paribas, Nike, Dayton and Sydney, Bistro MD Sport, Blue Gauntlet, and by the Manhattan Center and Hammerstein Ballroom.
Hey, this is Olympic medalist Tim Morehouse. Whether I'm looking to lose weight or boost my workout, I eat meals from Bistro MD Sport. With Bistro MD Sport, each meal is physician designed, then is prepared by award-winning chefs who cook every meal from scratch. You can have healthy and delicious meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, delivered to you starting from under $130 a week. All you have to do is heat, eat, and enjoy. So what are you waiting for? Visit bistromdsport.com.
Welcome back to New York City, the Big Apple. Harry Cicma with another Olympic gold medalist, Marielle Zagunis. So how do you like coming here to the greatest city in the world to compete in the Fencing Masters event?
It's so exciting. This is chance for fencing to be on the biggest stage it has ever been in the United States, so I'm really happy that I can be a part of it for the first time this year. I hope that this just generates a lot of interest in the East Coast and hopefully eventually makes its way out to the West Coast where I'm from, so people can really appreciate fencing as a really cool spectator sport and something that's really fun to watch.
And it's great for us to be fencing and competing, right in the heart of the city. And I love it over here, in the States and the city itself. It's a great place, a great atmosphere. So very excited about the competition.
Exactly what I'm doing with school in fencing, Tim did with this in fencing. He put a lot of effort into it. I really respect him for being able to compete very well at the World Championships and pretty much make this event happen.
Yeah, very good. It's very exciting for me to stay here always because I win many times the World Cup here in New York City. So it's very important for me and for all the American fencers too.
It's many people I love. I think I live in little city, but 3 days in New York, it's good.
And the competition will be very difficult. I will be against Homer, another American saber, who beat me in the World Championship in Paris. So I got a revenge to to take here, and I will try to do my best to win the competition.
I'm going to get these guys blowing out of their helmets. It's going to be a great time. There's going to be light up sabers back there, and we got people everywhere. It's a tremendous event here. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, there's no question Fencing Masters has helped inspire the sports world. The event also gave one local fencer the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to compete against the world's best. ROBB GAROFALO has more on the Fencing Masters Expo champion.
Harry, there's no doubt it is every professional athlete's dream to take their talents to the big show, to strut their stuff right here on the big stage. And for several fencers from around the country, that's exactly what they had the chance to do, earn their way into tonight's main draw.
I feel like I'm ready to start a new bout. I'm going against the #1 guy in the world, and I'm feeling pretty good. Some of my attacks were a little iffy, but for the most part, I'm feeling confident and ready to win. This will be kind of a good test, putting myself against the best, and I haven't really done too much world traveling just because I've been at school and now I recently graduated. So this would be a good test, and I'm excited. It's a nice event, first time it's ever done. I'm ready to put the spotlight on us.
Nice big stage in
the
big city, huh?
Yeah, I mean, other than World Championships, I've never been in something like that, so I'm excited.
Well, there's no telling where tonight may or may not lead, but one thing is for certain. For that lucky fencer, tonight was an opportunity of a lifetime. At the Fencing Masters in New York City, I'm ROBB GAROFALO.
There's no question that's a dream come true for the Penn State University fencing star, and that helped set the stage for a magical evening at the Hammerstein Ballroom. As the clock winded down, thousands of people packed the steps of the Manhattan Center to attend the event, and the excitement continued in the arena as fans enjoyed a cocktail party and various perks from Fencing Masters sponsors. So with the brackets set on both the men's and women's sides, let the fights begin. In the men's competition, New York City resident Daryl Homer began the festivities with a quarterfinal victory over Nicolas Lopez of France. That gave the former national champion from St. John's a spot in the semifinals. The next bout was a matchup between Italian legend Aldo Montano and Expo champion Daniel Bach. The Penn State Nittany Lion clawed back from a 3-touch deficit to bring it to sudden death. But all tied at 14, Montano showed why he's an Olympic gold medalist with a fancy flick of the wrist and a 15-14 victory on to the semifinals. New York City native and tournament co-founder Tim Morehouse had a warm welcome from the fans. He took on England's own Alex O'Connell. Both of these fencers have great Olympic experience, but it was Morehouse coming out on fire. The Olympic silver medalist used his experience to prevail and advance to the Final Four. As for the Spaniard Jaime Martí, he rounded out the semifinals with a convincing opening round victory over Rutgers University grad and Team USA's Ben Igo. And in the semifinals, it's only fitting that the two New Yorkers brought their A-game to center stage. Morehouse connects with a hit straight to the mask of Marti, giving Tim a ticket to the championship bout. And Daryl Homer scores the upset, courtesy of a parry 5 repost on Montano. Homer prevails 15-10, and the championship ticket is set. And when we return on Fencing Masters NYC, we'll take a look at the women's finals between the top 2 fencers in the world. We'll be right back. Fencing Masters New York City was produced by WCMG Events.
For all your entertainment needs, concerts, or any other special events, contact the Manhattan Center and Hammerstein Ballroom. Located on 311 West 34th Street, the Hammerstein Ballroom and the Grand are among the most well-renowned facilities throughout the world. Visit mcstudios.com or call 212-279-7740.